you also said that in the past, and you were cheating with a whole other person. So you lose the benefit of the doubt. It's not their punishment that's been inflicted on you. It's the consequence you put on yourself. So whatever that is, you don't get to do that no more. If it was being out late, you just don't get to be out late no more. And you should not be, it should not be that the spouse that was cheated on is trying to hold you accountable to that. You need to hold yourself accountable. Why even trigger them? You've lost the benefit of the doubt. Anybody that cheats in a relationship, you lose the benefit of the doubt. Grow up, accept your consequence, and move in a completely different way. Because if you don't want to trigger your spouse into thinking that you're participating in that again, don't give him or her any reason to believe it. Passcodes should be completely open. If there's any codes at all, you don't need no more privacy. You lost that benefit of the doubt. The reason why you was able to pull off successfully cheating on your spouse in the first place is because they gave you the benefit of the doubt. They believed you when you said you was working late. They believed you when you said you took that trip for this reason. They believed you when you said that this is just your coworker. They gave you the benefit of the doubt. You lost that. You don't get that again. Stop playing. I told you I was.
What do you think about that? I saw your face, man.
You sound like someone who just got caught cheating and he's trying to like what's that word called? Pander to women or to people who just got cheated on.
Yeah, he said men and women.
There's no point of. So what's the point of rebuilding trust? Like, if you're just gonna be like people who go to jail.
Well, you create a new normal.
People who go to jail eventually get out of jail, go on parole or probation, whatever they do. Mm-hmm. And then once they're done with that process, they go back to live their regular life.
They don't go back to live that life that they were living before
they have a certain stigma on it, but they can live a life without any restrictions on it. Like, once you're rehabilitated, you're fine. People make mistakes. And what's the point of,
it kind of
goes... Is he an advocate for forgiveness? Part of forgiveness means once you forgive somebody, you put somebody back on that track. So if you cheated with somebody at work, you can't work anymore? He said work late, but okay, like you can't work late, you can't work overtime anymore. Like, if you can't forgive somebody who cheated on you, then you shouldn't be in a relationship for them. Part of being cheated on is when you do the math on it, you have to kind of understand, you have to do the math on, like, is this person a good enough person that I could trust them back to my baseline that our relationship would be at. I don't want to constantly put this person. I don't want to be this person probation officer. Now everybody's in fucking jail. Now you're the warden and this person. So he can't. He said that he went out with his friends and he cheated that he was with his friends. So 15 years later, 10 years later, even three years later, he can't go out with his friends anymore. So now he gets a prisoner to you now. I don't, he's speaking in an extreme, and he sounds like he's pandering. I don't know. It's not a healthy state to be in. I feel like as the person who cheats, you have to gain trust back, but as the person who's being cheated on, you have to work on building your trust for that person back. It's work on both sides. But if you don't feel like you could do it on either end, you need to walk away.
All right, but you got to think. He said that they shouldn't have to hold you accountable. You should hold yourself.
Hold yourself accountable. Yeah. You should know that, if you got caught cheating a certain way, and you trying to go back to, if you got caught cheating at the gym, and you trying to go back to the gym in a couple of weeks, then maybe you should chill out. Maybe you should build a little home gym at the crib for a little while, but then
you should go to another gym.
Right, but you got to be able to go out the house and work out again. You know what I mean? Like that person should hold you accountable, but that person shouldn't be like, okay, I never want to see you work. I never even want to see you think about working out again.
It's not all right. You take an extreme. You take it extreme. Okay. But I get what he's saying. All right. And if you got caught out there and what you did triggered your partner, and you know exactly what you did in in that moment of your infidelity, yeah, you should restrict yourself, right? Because the best way to stop something is the law of avoidance. You avoid it, right? So now, as far as the job shit, yeah, you can't. Of course, you got to work, but are you friends with coworkers like that anymore? Probably not. Probably not. Uh, yeah, if you saying you working late, you might have to show that you really working late because you you lie.
Look, yo, I'm working. Like, yeah, I ain't doing nothing.
You might have, you might have to. It sounds crazy, but I think what he was saying and what I was thinking is that it's up to you to build back that trust. So if you did do that and you really trying to get back, what do you do then? You can't have the attitude of I ain't doing that shit is too much for me to do. I got to do this, that, and the third because I got caught. Like, I ain't doing that no more. Nah, you fucked up. You fucked up. So it's up to you to build back the trust.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
But it's a little bit of a dance too. But it's a dance with the other person.
That's your fault, though.
Isn't in charge. Fine. It's my fault if you take accountability and all that. That person has to actively, all right, let's just say someone cheats on the other partner, right? And the person that cheated is actively working on gaining that trust back, right? But the person that got cheated on is not hearing it. They can't get over it. Then the relationship is doomed, right? When I say it's a dance, it's
possibly, but we didn't go there.
Like it's a 70, like it becomes like a 90-10, and then hopefully it moves to an 80-20, and then it moves to a 70-30, and then a 60-40. Then eventually, hopefully, it gets back to that baseline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think there's always shit that you might just, you gotta nix that shit.
Well, there's no more. Like, yo, you said that you were going to watch football with the boys, so you can never go watch football with the boys again. Or they got to build that trust back.
You probably got to really build that trust back. You probably really got to build that trust
In his
back.
conversation, niggas felt like he was not even taking account of, maybe he was just talking from one aspect of it. He was just talking about the person that cheated side, and he wasn't really talking about the work. But it could get frustrating if that person is not willing to give you a chance to rehabilitate yourself too.
All right. If I catch Shorty cheating, I'm with a chick, I catch her cheating or whatever, and yo, she's saying she was cheating with a dude at the job, right? And she'd be like, oh, that's my friend at work, we just co-workers or whatever, we went to lunch or whatever, this, that, and the third or whatever, and she been fucking him, right? Nah, you're not hanging with that nigga like you used to.
No.
If you was messing with Mark, now John is another nigga that work at the job. Now fuck
that nigga Mark, Mark keep coming up. Mark keep coming up. Fuck that nigga Mark.
Mark's a Mark.
John, no, you not hanging with John. Nah, you not hanging with niggas at the job. You got a bad track record for that.
Yeah.
Right? And even years down the line, nigga, no co-workers hanging out with co-workers and shit like that.
So now there's a holiday party that 2 years later, everything is fine. I don't rehabilitate yourself. There's a holiday party after hours that Mark is gonna be at.
Why you gotta go?
Okay, then fine.
Why you gotta go?
All right, because she's in that space with all these other people, and part of trusting her again is putting her back out in the world. If she gonna fuck Mark again, then you gotta leave her.
All right, yeah.
But you gotta put her back in the world again. You gotta put her back. You gotta try.
Why I gotta do the work? Why can't she do the work? She gotta do the work.
This work on everything. This work on everybody's part. That's all I'm saying is that this work on everybody's part. The work, the trust is lost on one aspect, but you have to work on trusting that person again.
If
whatever it is,
if I was getting high, I smoke crack, right? And I went to this one crack house all the time to smoke crack, right? And it's like, yo, you gotta walk down this block to get to my house. I gotta pass the crack house. I'm gonna go around the block. I'm gonna go a different way now.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
But 2 years later,
forever.
No, but 2 years later, once you're clean for 2 years, and that person
What you want to test? You want to test your discipline?
Yeah.
Nah,
why not?
I don't.
Maybe that way's the shorter way. Maybe like, yo, I've done enough work that I don't have to go.
I could take
all out of my way.
I could
walk.
You know, my sobriety is more important than me taking a shortcut, right? That's more important. I prioritize my sobriety over me taking a shortcut. Right?
I don't agree with that. That sounds like some kind of hell. Like it don't
Yo,
sound
shout
like
out to all my fiends, man, who recovered, right. Came back from life, did the hard work to get clean.
Yeah, you don't the way to stay away from shit is the law of avoidance, man.
So if you don't have alcoholic, if you were alcoholic and you couldn't be around alcohol, but your daughter's getting married and you know your daughter's getting married 2 years later, and it's an open bar, you're not gonna go to her wedding because it's an open bar?
No, you can go to the open bar. You're not gonna go to the bar.
You could go to the bar and have a ginger ale.
I mean, you can go to the bar. You can go to the wedding. No. That's not what I'm saying. You can go to the wedding, but you're not gonna go to the local bar if you was an alcoholic and go to the bar no more.
All right, if it's a retirement party for somebody, if it's that's somebody at a bar, you just go to the bar to hang out, but you could go inside a bar. Again, you should have to work on it. You know what I mean? But you should try to get back to the baseline. I feel like this.
What's the baseline? The baseline was you doing. That was you drinking.
Yeah, but
that was the baseline
because you went overboard.
You're not going. Nah, you can't go back to the baseline. You move. You got to create a new normal, right? You don't go to the same places anymore because those places were trouble for you.
What, forever?
In some instances, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Like okay, if something,
I have a hard time with that.
If something, I don't
agree with that.
If something was a negative point in your life, right?
Yeah.
And you could totally avoid it forever in life.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do that? To just say, "Oh, I was there and I didn't do it."
That's part of it. Yeah.
For what? Why you need to do that?
What if there were good parts of that thing? What if certain parts of my life lead me back to this part? Like, what if certain parts
when you weigh shit out
back here?
When you weigh shit out, was me being alcoholic
if you
worse than
friend,
all right, wait. All right. The laughs I had at the bar, do they outweigh the fact that I was an alcoholic for years?
The laughs I had at the bar does that outweigh the point that I was an alcoholic for years? No, but it's part of your life. And what if one of your best friends from the bar, after you're setting and you're clean, he's retiring and he's having a party at that bar? It'll be cool if you could just pop into that bar, say what's up, have, you know what I mean, have a ginger ale with the guys and just keep it moving and go home. At the end of the day, like when you go too far with something,
cool. That would be cool.
And that should be a goal of most. It would be a goal of mine.
Yeah.
It's not like, yo, I'm just not stepping foot in that bar ever again. If you have a bad relationship with
niggas always want to tread the line, man.
It's not tread the line. It's not tread the line. You want to get back to where you were.
No, that wasn't a good place. Why you want to go back to a bad place?
You'll go back to a bad place and be a good person in a bad place.
No, not really. How's that happening? What are you doing? You doing religious work or something like that? You trying to make everybody in the bar sober? No.
Nah, you're not going in there preaching. You just going in there to see.
You don't
trying to get back to where you were. You just trying to get back to your normal spot. You just trying to get back to your baseline. Like, and then
if your baseline,
someone that if you cheat on somebody, it's a violation of that person's trust. But the relationship is never going to work and never going to go forward and never going to heal itself and then move forward if you can't
do what you do.
If you can't trust that person to be who that person was, then you should just leave that person.
I hear that, right? But part of it is that if you were at a certain point and you were in a negative space, right? You were doing negative things at that time, right? And I'm supposed to be like, you know what? I should be able to trust you to go back to where you was fucking up at where all the negativity that came into our relationship, where it all sparked that from, you should be able to go back there. For what?
Yeah.
For what? If you really, if you love me,
got caught cheated at the job, you can't. It's unreasonable if someone got cheated on at a job, and it's unreasonable for someone to want to stay with that person and want them to just quit that job.
I'm not saying quit a job. That might be very extreme. But if you saying like, yo, all right, well, maybe you might have to, maybe no more hanging out with all the co-workers and shit like that.
What, forever? What if you just, it's 5 years, someone's having a retirement party, I can't go. It's a Christmas party, I can't go. 2-3 years, I've been on the straight and narrow, you can't trust me to go. That means you never done the fucking work to heal yourself from what's happening. I've done the work to try to rebuild our fucking relationship.
And not
it takes.
Why you still want to go?
Cause it's a part of my, like, I fucked up. I'm sorry. Let me just go. Like, the fuck, like, I work with these people.
If you, all right, you
I
work
fucked up once. Linda gave me a blowjob in the fucking bathroom. I'm sorry. Like 2 years later, let me go play Santa Claus at the Christmas party. I'm sorry. Like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. I haven't got any more blowjobs in 2 years. I've done nothing. I've done all my penance. I've done everything. Like, we went to counseling. We've done everything. We've done all the fucking work. Have you done the work? All I'm saying is that it's work on both parts.
Yes.
It's the person that gets cheated on and the person that's been cheated on.